family. Today is Mother's Day 2013, and I received a message on my Facebook this morning. I don't want to pull your name so much, but I do want to pull up. Let me pull up this message that I received on Facebook this morning. I will not state your name, Mama, because I know that you probably would not want that. But I am going to read what you had to say. Okay, first off, she starts off with, first let me say Happy Mother's Day, and you are an amazing woman. The past couple weeks have been very emotional for me. I recently walked away from a man, or should I say, male in my life that I've been dealing with for 5 years, and it has been an emotional roller coaster. We're young, we're both 23 years old, and we met when we were 16 and in high school, and became a couple when we were about 18. He was in and out of jail doing the most, and I was still there for him. We broke up for a year. He came back to me later to find out that he fathered a child. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where am I? Where did I go? We broke up for a year. He came back to me later to find out that he fathered a child that he himself didn't know about until a month before the baby was born. And yet I stayed by his side. He started to change. He's been the type that would ignore you and call you in 3 days, call you 3 days later as if he were that busy. He would just show up at my house at times, and if I ignored him and tried to make me feel bad, if he did something, it was whatever. But if it was me, all hell would break loose. I'm trying to, read it as she's writing it, but, sometimes when you're writing and you going through a little emotion, sometimes your words ain't coming together. So I'm trying to, put the words where they're supposed to be and all that other kind of stuff. So excuse me, I am college educated. So I know y'all like, damn, her reading is choppy as hell. Okay. He told me he had 2 years to get it together because we weren't getting any younger, and that way he was living was not going to work for me. Okay, the way he was living was not going to work for you. Okay. He said, okay, so I let him do whatever he wanted with hopes that one day he would realize it was me that he needed to come back to. It was me, and I was right. That was until I remembered a video where you said that we as women deserve to be treated accordingly. We need not wait for any man who is less than what we deserve. And Auntie, as hard as it was, I told him I had to walk away. I told him that I had to walk away and let me. And he let me. My heart is broken. My heart is broken. For so many years, I supported him. But I know when you're young and everything seems like it will last forever. Thank you for being that voice in my head and reminding me that I am simply worth it. Okay. Niece, let me first start by saying that, baby, you are just fine. Okay, and you're going to be just fine. And one thing about being a woman, we are so resilient. We go through so many things, but what doesn't kill us make us so much stronger, and we become so strong after a while. After going through all these different trials and tribulations that men put us through, because hey, Auntie done been through it, baby. I done been to the window to the wall, okay? If it wasn't a marriage, it was, in subsequent relationships that I had, or hell, Auntie has even been a jump off before in my life. I'm not proud of it, but to tell you the truth, theoretically, I was considered a jump off. Let's just be honest about it. Now depending on who you ask, You know, some people might want to give it another colorful term, but no, I'm calling it for what it is. Yes, I have been her a time in my life. It's not something I'm proud of, but guess what? It brought me to a place now where I can come and share these things and my experiences with you on what you should not do. Though a lot of times experience makes the best teacher. I can come on here and preach till I'm blue in the face about what not to do and whatever and whatever and whatever. But until you go through your own things, that is when you will learn. Okay? So, and then too, don't think for one moment that every relationship that you see, because they're having fun and they're hugged up and they lovey-dovey now, that is the way that it always is, because it isn't. And anytime you meet a person that will say or will vow that they have never had an argument or they don't never fight and all those, I will be a little bit leery about those relationships on some real shit. I would be leery as hell, because without controversy, there's no growth. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how far to push that envelope, you will never know your limitations. So you have to kind of go through these different things. You know, it's just a way of life. It's just what it is. But for a woman to tell you, girl, look, leave him, fuck him, woo, 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 I can never tell you that. I will never, ever tell you that. And especially, you guys have a child together. You guys have been together for like 5 years. Auntie know that it hurts like hell. You know what? I can sympathize with you right now, because I've also been in that place where it just hurts. And you just want to hear their voice. You just want them to come over. You want them to fix it and make it right, so then therefore you don't hurt anymore. Baby, I done been through that. I done told Ken to kick rocks without boots. And when I told him to kick rocks, there was times when I was like, oh, I want him to call me. Oh, I want him back. After I done cussed this man to high heaven and slapped him across his damn face and done all kind of shit to him. And after I done that, oh, I want my baby to come up. You know, all that old type of shit. It just is what it is, okay? But, you know, I have to say, I'm not really versed on relationships, prison relationships. I'm not really versed on that. You know, I'm not saying that I'm above that or better than that, because I'm not. Truth be told, my brother, you know, I'm certain he done probably passed my pictures around a time or two for a sandwich or a goddamn honey bun or whatever they, you know, be boosting up in there. I don't know how they get down. But I know that, you know, my brother has called me on the phone and let you speak to my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? That type of old shit. But for me, it just has not been a thing that I've been comfortable with. It hasn't been something that I've gravitated to, for the simple fact that Auntie is on some hands-on type shit. I need to touch you. I need to be around you. I need to be able to call on the phone and be like, Mama on the way. You know, that type of thing. And so I truly don't understand the prison relationships and all that other kind of stuff. Love behind the cell and all that. I don't really understand it. I've never really, you know, I haven't had a relationship like that. So Auntie can't really, you know, tell you anything about that or, you know, advise you to that degree, because I'm not knowing anything about that. But let me say that when it comes down to hurting, I'm there. When it comes down to cheating, I'm versed. When it comes down to pain, I'm her. I've been there. But all I can say to you is this. I think you said 23. You're 23 years old, Mama. You got so much life to live. It's unbelievable. And I promise you, when you get to your 40s, you're going to look back on this time and you're going to be like, you know what? I gave that more time than was really needed. You know, or, you know, I really dropped the ball on that, or whatever the case. As you live and get older, you tend to see things totally different. And let me say this to you. If you're not able to flourish in any relationship, be it with one of your best of girlfriends, if it seems like it's a downer and it's pulling down on your spirit and pulling down off your soul and making you be somebody other than who you are, then that's something that you need to rid from your life. I can't tell you drop him, break up with him, fuck him, nah, girl, this. I cannot tell you that. Our auntie won't. I can't do it, baby. I can't tell you that. But I will tell you, though, that this too shall pass. I say concentrate on raising your child. Concentrate on, getting, furthering your education, getting you some form of trade to be able to support you and your child. And start getting healthy. Because let me tell you something. One thing about when you're in your 20s, in your 30s, all of the things that you were into then, be it drugs, alcohol, whatever, if you was a fighter or whatever you was into at that time. Even if you were one that just, had pussy parties, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you just slept around so much in your 20s and 30s. By the time you're 40, it's like you really wouldn't know how to conduct yourself in a monogamous relationship. Why? Because that's something that is unfamiliar to you. So all I'm saying is be cognitive to the fact that, guess what? I'm 23 years old. I'm able to make some mistakes. I'm in a learning process right now. I am growing. You know what I'm saying? And don't charge it to yourself too much for the simple fact that you're still young. Baby, you're 23 years old. You're still a baby. In fact, you're almost old enough. I like to say almost old enough to be my daughter. Depending on who you ask, you probably could be my daughter. I know somebody, girl, child, please hush. Yeah, she could be your daughter. Still. So according to some, you could be my baby. But all I'm saying is, if he don't have no act right, and he is pulling from your growth, basically stunting it, and keeping you from, living your best life and doing some real beautiful and productive things and being a better mother and a better daughter and, a better woman in general and, getting educated and so on and so forth. Because let me tell you something. Okay, now you've met him since you've been knowing him since you were 16 and now you're 23. I don't know your educational background or whether or not you are working, but if this man spent a considerable amount of time of his adult life from 18 to 23, if he spent some of those times in and out of jail and he's been incarcerated, then therefore, hey, guess what? He could be a little crossed. He could be a little jealous for the simple fact that, hey, you guys had the same 24 hours. In a sense, you guys grew up, together. And here you are trying to do some beautiful, productive things. And then here he has nothing but a track record to show of some foolishness and mayhem. Do you think he's going to really want you to excel and to be this better woman and to be this, that, and the other? He's not going to want you to do that. He's going to, fuck them books. Oh, now let's do this right here. Let's lay up and let's kick it and let's get high and let's smoke and let's drink and all this other kind of stuff. Why? Because he don't want you. See, people don't want to see you doing bad, but they also don't want you doing better than them. Okay? That's just, if I can give you any life lessons, just know that there are people in the world that don't want to see you doing bad. But there's a lot of people in this world that also don't want to see you doing better than them. It's a fact, okay? And that could be the case with him. It's the fact that he don't want to see you better than him. And in a sense, he probably feel like, she all some old college shit. And, she trying to do all this right here like she better than me. You act like you better than me. I remember when we used to, sit on the porch eating peanut butter and jelly and top ramen. Now you acting like you better than me. You know what I'm saying? And all it is his own insecurities. He know he's fucked up. He knows that he has not made some good decisions. He know that he done some things in the past that's been real wrong. And so to see you trying to, grow up and flourish and take care of your baby and get a job and go to school and all that, yeah, he probably feeling a couple things about that. So when you told him, well, baby, I'm done. We need a break. Guess what? Now, to make him feel better, he's going to reach for someone that is lesser of your caliber because it's going to make him feel better. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times people date below them or date a little bit, couple of degrees below them for the simple fact that, you know, it makes them feel superior. Some people just have that about them. Y'all, hold on. Let Auntie go on and fix this right here. Though it is kind of molded down and everything, but some just seem, you know how like the glue be old and it seems like it's pulling back. I don't know. Could just be me. I don't know. Anyway, and I got all these little extra little hairs hanging and fucking with me. I'm trying to overlook it, but you know, when it be clicking, when it be on the tip of that eyelash, and every time you bat, it's like you feel that little hair. Yeah, that's what Auntie's feeling right now. But all I'm saying unto you, mama, listen, I'm here for you. You okay? Just as you sent me this email, you know, you can send me another one, let me know how things are going or whatever and how you're doing and all that. But I say unto you, just start getting busy on some productive things. Fuck what he talking about, because trust me, if he loved you that much anyway, his ass is going to come back. You know, you don't spend, them 5 years are not going to go unnoticed. Please understand it, especially if he's a man that loves you. If he's a man that loves you, yes, at some point he's going to find the error of his ways. There's nothing you can do to accelerate that process. That is something that he has to get on his own. A woman cannot keep a man faithful. A woman cannot keep a man or grow a man up. It's not going to. And until he's ready to stop being a grown boy, he has to get it himself. There's nothing in the world you can do. You can put stickies all over the place. You can leave him all kind of notes and, you know, messages in the bottle and all that old type of shit. Or, you know, show him what a man look like off TV or whatever. But you know what? Until he gets it himself, he has to get it. That, you know what? I've been doing this for so long and it's just not working for me. I need to try something else. Because, see, a lot of times people want to point the finger on other people and say, you know what, it ain't me, it's you. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. But all you have to do, and for everybody else that's watching, okay, stop pointing the finger at somebody else and sometimes look at you. Sometimes it can be you. And it could be you too, mama. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't really know the dynamics. But based on a lot of what you're saying, he's been in and out of jail and all this other kind of stuff. And I don't know what else he's